as the strong man exults in his physical ability, delighting in such exercise as call his muscles into action. So glories the analyst in that moral activity which disentangles. He derives pleasure from even the most trivial occupations, bringing his talent into play. Yet to calculate is not in itself to analyze. A chess player, for example, does the one without effort at the other. It follows that the game of chess and its effects upon mental character is greatly misunderstood.
Checkmate.
Therefore, take the occasion to assert that the higher powers of the reflective intellect are more decidedly and more usefully tasked by the unostentatious game of draughts than by all of the elaborate frivolity of chess. If it flag for an instant, an oversight is committed, resulting in injury or defeat. The possible moves are not only manifold but involute. The chances of such oversights are multiplied, and in 9 cases out of 10, it is more concentrative than the more acute player who conquers. In draughts, on the contrary, where the moves are unique and have but little variation, the probabilities of inadvertence are diminished, and at the mere attention of being left comparatively unemployed. What advantages are obtained by either party are obtained by superior acumen.
I wonder perhaps where that new book... Oh, you found it. You are very smart. What is your name?
I am Professor Dupin.
Oh, my name is...
I know your name.
My name is... Oh, I'm sorry. I said my name is... I'm sorry. Let's be friends.
Okay.
He is a very little fellow, that's true. In fact, he would probably do better for the Theatre des Verités.
Yes, but how did you know what I was thinking of?
Because he would remind you of the statue. The statue would remind you of Pain. The painter would remind you of Chantilly.
That's not what I was thinking.
Well, actually, we had been talking of horses, if I remember right, just before leaving the Rue.
Hello?
You kept your eyes upon the ground, glancing with a petulant expression at the holes and ruts in the pavement, until we reached a little alley called Lamartine, which has been paved by way of experiment with the overlapping and riveted blocks. Here your countenance brightened up, and perceiving your lips move, I could not doubt that you murmured the word stereotomy, a term very effectively applied to this species of pavement. I know that you could not say to yourself stereotomy without being brought to think of atomies, and thus of the theories of Epicurus. And since, when we discussed this subject not very long ago, I mentioned to you how singularly, yet with how little notice, the vague guesses of that noble Greek had met with confirmation in the late nebular cosmogony, I felt that you could not avoid casting your eyes upward to the great nebula in Orion, and I certainly expected that you would do so. You did look up, and I was now sure that I had correctly followed your steps. But in that bitter tirade upon Chantilly, which appeared in yesterday's music, the satirist, making some disgraceful allusions to the coward's change of name upon assuming the buskin, quoted a Latin line about which we have often conversed. I mean line, credita antiquum, litera prima sona. I had told you that I was in reference to Orion, formerly written Urion, and from certain tendencies connected with this explanation, I was aware that you could not have forgotten it. It was clear, therefore, that you would not be able to combine the two ideas of Orion and Chantilly. As you did combine them, I saw by the character of the smile which passed over your lips. You thought of the poor cobbler's immolation, so far you had been stooping up in your gait. But now I saw you draw yourself up to in your gait, and ran out swinging as you draw yourself up to full height. I was not sure that you drew yourself up to your full height. I was not sure that you reflected upon the diminutive figure of Chantilly. At this point, I interrupted your meditations to remark that, as in fact, he was a very little fellow, that Chantilly. He would do better at the Theatre des Variétés. Dear Lord, what an atrocious murder. Why, it seems as if Madame Chimney has been shoved up a chimney, upside down. And it looks as if Madame Decapitated has been decapitated with this razor. Whatever shall I do? Okay, bye. I have sent out a letter to the sailor for him to come pick up his orangutan, for I know who has made the murder. I have deduced it down. He will be here tonight. Have your weapons ready.
Alrighty.
I have come to claim my orangutan, for he has ran away.
I will give you your orangutan back if you tell me exactly what happened the night of the murders at the Rue Morgue.
Fine. This is what happened.
Yeah. Okay. This looks family, right? Yeah.
So I saw my orangutan imitating shaving himself and tried to calm him down by using a whip. He got agitated and started running away. I saw him running towards the driveway, down the driveway. He was running towards the Rue Morgue.
I'll go chase him.
Run fast. I saw him charging towards the house, and he was looking in the window where he saw an old woman doing her hair.
Hey.
He stormed into the house and grabbed the old woman's hair and slid her out.
And this, my dear, is what killed the women in the Rue Morgue. He's a very little fellow, that's true. Dear Lord, what an atrocious murder. I believe that is Madame Chimney. Madame Decapitator. And here's her head. It's a beautiful face.
This thing is next to my body.
What?
It says recording, like I picked it up and it was recording.
Why?
Is it still recording?
I picked it up and it said recording.
Oh, crap.
I will give you your orangutan back if you tell me exactly what happened the night of the murders at the Rue Morgue.
Fine. Here's what happened.
We put our weapons down already. And this, my dear. Okay, restart that. We had been talking of horses, if I remember right, just before leaving the Rook. You're supposed to run into him. He is a very little fellow, that's true. And would do better for the theater de veritas.
Yeah, no, yes, no doubt. But wait, how did you know I was thinking of him?
He is a very little fellow, that's true. And would do better for the theater de veritas.
There's no doubt of that. Wait, how did you know what I was thinking?
How could I not? It's easy. See that? That would remind you of your grandmother. That would remind you of a carrot. A carrot would remind you of Carrot Top. Carrot Top reminds you of gingers. And gingers make you angry.